am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Can't believe I'm saying this, but MCU is not in a good shape, especially since Phase 4 came around. In my opinion, WandaVision kicked off Phase 4 with a bang, but a lot of people thought the ending was quite controversial. Falcon the Winter Soldier did not get much praise. Loki was universally beloved. Black Widow was one of the worst films from the MCU. What If was extremely inconsistent with its episodes. Hawkeye was the most mediocre thing ever. Shang-Chi was a success, but I still have a few criticisms for that film. Eternals literally sunk at the bottom of the ocean after all that hype. Spider-Man No Way Home delivered on all the hype, while Multiverse of Madness failed miserably to deliver. Moon Knight was forgettable, and so was Ms. Marvel. Thor Love and Thunder competed with Thor The Dark World to be the worst Thor movie, and then comes She-Hulk, which was trashed all over social media. So Black Panther Wakanda Forever is the end of this phase, and people had a lot of expectations from it. So does it deliver, or does it sink like Eternals did? You'll soon find out in my review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Before we begin, let me remind you to please hit the subscribe button because a lot of other early reviews are coming up, including Innova Homes 2, Strange World, and Disenchanted. Now let us head back to the review. One of the most controversial things surrounding this movie is the fact that Marvel Studios decided to not recast T'Challa after the tragic passing of Mr. Chadwick Boseman. The reasoning behind that was that they wanted to honor Chadwick Boseman by not doing that. I think it is inappropriate. Tell me this one thing, wouldn't Chadwick Boseman be proud if you are seeing this from the stars that some other actor got the chance to play the same great character he portrayed, the same character who represents so many individuals out there, the same character who means so much to a huge chunk of fans? I think that it should have been the case, but I won't let my opinion on that change my opinion on the film. I will consider this film as an individual story with no ties to what happens with it off screen. Considering that, I would say that not recasting T'Challa makes the movie even better. It increases the emotional depth of the film by miles. I don't know what the original idea would have been for the film, but this final version of the film is a gut punch and to some degree even emotionally manipulative. We have seen directors like Chloe Zhao, Sam Raimi, and Taika Waititi recently tremble under the MCU. I was like, Eternals is gonna be great. Oscar-winning Chloe Zhao is directing it, and it turned out to be terrible. Then I was like, Multiverse of Madness can never disappoint, especially with someone like Sam Raimi on the helm, and then it disappointed massively. But still, I was like, Thor Love and Thunder will be the best entry into Phase 4, because Oscar-winning Taika Waititi did a great job with Ragnarok, only to find out that this new Thor movie was literally bad. Now, I said the same thing to myself that I can trust Ryan Coogler as he's a great director and he did an awesome job with the first film. But this time, I'm happy to report that Ryan Coogler is the savior of the MCU. I mean, if this movie was bad, MCU would have to suffer from real consequences. But thank God it isn't. I think the whole process of making this film was hard for everyone involved, and this couldn't have been harder for anyone more than Ryan Coogler, director of this film. Despite all the hardship, the man nails it. Like literally nails it. The way he handles the death of Black Panther here sure seems a bit all of a sudden thing, but there was no better way around it if they were not really gonna recast the role. So I think this scenario couldn't have been better, and it was this good because of Ryan Coogler. Queen Ramonda, Shuri, M'Baku, Okoye, and Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of War Dog Nakia and Everett Ross and forge a new path for the Kingdom of Wakanda while fighting a new threat from the underwater world of Talokan. It was a challenging plot to pull off, but they were successful in doing so. In fact, it is one of the best plot developments we have seen in the MCU, only behind Captain America the Winter Soldier in that regard. The plot is very cleverly written and executed. It doesn't make the audience feel bored because of how well it is executed, and it doesn't make cinephiles like me think it is popcorn entertainment because of how well it is written. We have a cool bunch of characters here to discuss about, but my favorite in this film is Queen Ramonda. Angela Bassett rules, damn it. Acting performance of a lifetime. Everything from her facial expressions to her dialogue delivery was up to the point, and her dialogues were all so good. Gave me goosebumps multiple times during the film. She provides so much emotional depth here. She was definitely underutilized in the first film. Here she has such a bigger role than what she was previously given, and she nails her part. Well, I know everyone wants to know about Namor. I would say this. Namor is the best villain in the MCU since Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. His character is so well developed here. His intentions make sense, his abilities are all respectful, and his actions are defendable. He also doesn't feel evil at the same time. There's this human side that he has that is really impressive, and Tenoch Huerta is perfect casting. Makes the role his own. Is he the better Black Panther villain among the two? I would say a no to that. Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger is still the better villain here, but it is just so impressive that Namor comes darn close. Both are in my top 5 favorite MCU villains. We also have Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia here, who is my third favorite, but she surely doesn't have that big of an upgrade from the first film like Angela Bassett, but she is still awesome. Denai Gurira as Okoye is good too, but I really loved her so much in the first film and later in Infinity War. I don't think she's at her peak here. In fact, she's quite below her peak. Letitia Wright as Shuri is also great. She's the MVP here. Some really nice acting chops from her. Then there is the character of Riri Williams aka Ironheart. She is of course not given a lot of screen times for all the obvious reasons, but she does good in whatever part she has been handed. The first film introduced us to the world of Wakanda, which was stunning. The second film had to introduce us to the underwater world in the MCU, which is referred to as the Talokan. Even though Wakanda is as stunning as it already was, but Talokan is not that stunning. However, it feels more realistic to what an underwater kingdom could be like. So this is not a criticism that it is not stunning. If you want to see a stunning underwater world, go see Aquaman. It is extremely gorgeous, but the point here is to make the world of Talokan more culturally represented with a realistic touch, and I love the direction very much on this point. Not only does it distinguish itself from Aquaman, but also stands on its own. I really like the cultural aspects of this world as it presents the Mayan culture in an incredible way, with great phrases and costumes. The first Black Panther, despite being released in February, was big at the Oscars, where it got 7 nominations and 3 wins, which is considered incredible for a superhero film. This one releases during the prime time for an awards flick. However, it would be lucky to be nominated as much as the first film. I think it is a solid shot at getting nominated and maybe even winning Best Costume Design. It will surely get nominated for Best Visual Effects too, but I don't think it will win there, as Avatar: The Way of Water is definitely taking that one away. Maybe Best Cinematography nomination, but I don't suspect a win at all. Will it get nominated for Best Picture? I don't think so. If the Academy really wants to nominate a superhero film for Best Picture, I frankly think it would be The Batman instead of Wakanda Forever. And this is all because of Wakanda Forever is a sequel rather than the original. However, I will still be rooting for Angela Bassett getting Best Supporting Actress nomination. Wakanda Forever is a terrific end to a terrible phase of the MCU. It gets mostly everything right except for the action sequences, which are surprisingly weaker than the first film. It is emotional, entertaining, and inspiring, and it ends phase 4 on a strong note. I would like to give it a 9.2 out of 10. Regardless to say, do not miss it in theaters. If we keep the nostalgia factor outside, I think this is the best project we have seen in phase 4. And I think it's a must watch for everyone who is a fan of the superhero genre. So go check it out. That was my review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Thanks to watch, like, share and subscribe. Film Villa.